We are exploring our shopping options in Colonial Williamsburg. We are on the main road, or the spine of the town, that is the street called Duke of Gloucester. And we're focused on an area called Merchant Square. It's on the far west end of the Duke of Gloucester. There are many small shops along the length of this street as part of the reenactments and industry buildings, which most of are down the road straight ahead there. This area here, the Merchant Square area, is a concentrated collection of stores that are not part of the colonial reenactment portion of the neighborhood. It's completely blocked off to vehicles, and it's a mix of retail and food establishments. So we're going to go walking up one side of the street and down the other in this little pedestrianized area. You can see a lot of the restaurants along here. Oh, it's a beautiful day out. Lots of outdoor opportunities for seating. Let's see what we've got coming up. La Piazza Italian. Oh, this is one of my favorite shops. It is a collection of wonderful smells, spices, and teas. And we're going to head inside to see what it looks like, see what they're selling. I cannot over-exaggerate how wonderful it smells in this shop. The teas, the salts, the seasonings, all in small portions. You can purchase it in small portions. They can give you samples. And if you are just starting out on your walk, there's a great place to get some coffee or some tea.
Hello, I'm doing good.
Actually, I don't think they offer coffee. I think it's just tea. But you can start that out, especially if you're here on a cooler day. It's nice to have a nice hot drink in your hands as you're wandering. Show you some samples, some of the smaller packets that are available, and let's head back outside. See what's coming up. We have a Christmas tree shop. This street has a lot of side roads or spurs, little alleyways that you can walk down and find additional shopping opportunities. This one is one of my favorites, and I promise we'll get back to it. I just want to get down the rest of the main road, and then we'll return. Something that I like about this area is how easy it is to spend time in as a group that maybe includes some non-shoppers. There's a lot of areas for people who don't want that retail therapy experience to just hang out, sit in the shade, do some people watching. This spot coming up here on the right is a tasting room connected to a local winery. And that's one of those places that the non-shoppers might want to spend some time. Here we have our Bryant, one of our numerous initialed shops along the way here. Brick and Vine, that's a houseware shop, a little on the high end. Got some lovely things in there. This corridor here, that goes back to the same area, the parking lot area that I referenced earlier. We're going to speed up a little bit here, get past some of the cafes. And when we do slow down, there's a really interesting little side journey you might want to take here, just across the street here. This is where the beginning of the campus of the College of William and Mary is accessible. And it is open to the public. You might want to spend a little time wandering there, especially if the weather's nice. But what we're going to do now, you can see we're ending the pedestrianized area. We're going to cross the street and walk back down. You notice that it wasn't that long of a stretch, this area that we're focusing on. So let's get over there and see what we've got. J. McLaughlin and Fat Face, more clothing shops. Here we're coming up on another one of those side roads, those side spurs. This one goes back to an area that does have another restaurant called the Mellow Mushroom. I believe it's vegetarian. This is a really neat shop. I want to step inside this one. This is the general store. R.P. Wallace & Sons. More initials. If you are enjoying this video, please do hit the like button. It really does help me in many ways, especially to figure out what you all like to see. So it gives me a chance to figure out what I should make more or less of. Interesting soundtrack in this shop.
So they walked into the saloon and asked for Miss Kitty.
Lots of great little souvenirs. Cute socks. Cute keychains. Cute, cute, cute. Christmas tree ornaments. There's some more socks. And continuing on, this shop here makes you feel like you're in Scotland. Lots and lots of wool. You can smell it as you're walking in the door. That's another olfactory experience that's kind of fun. And you've got a theater right next door, followed up by some clothing shops. We've got Chico's is coming up, and a child's clothing store called Carousel. And then another great souvenir shop here coming up. This is called Everything Williamsburg. And again, it's named appropriately. Everything in there that you can possibly imagine souvenir-wise, branded for Colonial Williamsburg and Williamsburg, Virginia. Now this is going to be a great shop. Let's step in here. Tons of really old nostalgia type of candy here, the sweet shop. This counter here is full of fudge, caramel apples, some really unique flavors of fudge. Then this small shop, or this small little counter right here, this is sugar-free sweets for those who want to cut back. That nice long counter has nothing to do with sugar-free. There's plenty of sugar in there. Look how far back that shop goes. And there's a little cooler in the back too if you're interested in getting a cold drink. You'll find a lot of old-fashioned style candies in this shop. The shop is named With Candy Shop. It's named after one of our founding fathers, if you're interested in researching that. And directly next to the With Candy Shop is another one. Can you tell that I'm focused on smells and tastes? This is aptly named the Cheese Shop. And again, when you step in, the smells are just amazing. This is a place that you can actually not just do some shopping, but you can purchase something to eat as well. They've got a sandwich counter in the back. Let's take a look at that in a minute. And a cheese bar. We'll catch that in a few moments. Here is the sandwich counter. So you can see it's to go. And they have lots of tables out front. Umbrellaed, so even in the inclement weather, you can enjoy a meal. Let's head over to that cheese counter. Oh, I do want to point out bathrooms. Public bathrooms in the downstairs area. A very important thing to know where they are. And there it is. Sometimes when I'm not particularly hungry, I'll just grab a piece of cheese, a box of crackers, and I will go out and I'll sit on one of the benches and have a lovely snack. Back outside.
Thank you.
Now I promised you we would go back to that spur because that cheese shop is at the very end of the other side. We got through that pretty quickly. Let's go down here and see what we've got. Blackbird Bakery. Blackbird Bakery coming up on your right. It's a small shop and it does go through its materials, its food very quickly, so you'll want to get there earlier in the day, be my recommendation. We're going to jump past the parking lot. Looking back, that's the tunnel that we just walked through where the Blackbird Bakery is, because I want to show you, besides the parking lot, if you're a driver, the peanut store. This has got the infamous boiled peanuts, plus a variety of other flavors. This is the front end when you walk through the shop, front end of the peanut store. And here we have a few more shops I want to highlight. This is Kilwin's. It is a great sweet shop and ice cream. It's got beautiful homemade ice cream. And just a little bit off to the right-hand side, the left-hand side there, there's a few more shops. One of them is a restaurant that's good. It's called Good Eats. This street right here, for those of you who are on motor coach groups, very often right down there on the road on the left-hand side is where motor coaches will pick you up. So now, the remaining minutes, there's about a minute and a half left in this video. It's just a beautiful stroll. If you just want to see from one end to the other, I'm going to walk you through it. There was a jazz player on the day that I was doing this recording, so you'll get a chance to have some soundtrack to your walk. And one last thing I want to point out before you head off. The Duke of Gloucester Street is mostly pedestrianized. This stretch right here is completely blocked off to car traffic with the exception of the occasional delivery vehicles. But as you're walking eastward, if you're exploring more of the Duke of Gloucester and going into the areas where the reenactments are, the historical industries buildings, there are cross streets, as you've probably seen, that are not blocked off to traffic. So that is something that you do need to be attentive to as you're crisscrossing left, right, and center and enjoying the wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed our tour.